Salutations to all, and thank you for visiting my 90-day Fiance channel. I hope everyone is having a great day ahead of them. To begin, kindly click the subscribe button. Kindly give this video a thumbs up in the hopes.
Chapter 1. The Unexpected Encounter ***. Natalia had always been a woman of ambition. She had moved from Ukraine to the United States with hopes of building a life she had always dreamed of. Yet the dream she shared with Michael had turned into a nightmare. Their relationship had ended on a bitter note, and Natalia had decided to move forward, joining the cast of 90 Day Fiancé, the single life, to find new love and opportunities. Michael, on the other hand, remained in the small town of Sequim, Washington. He found solace in the quiet rural life, though the echoes of his failed relationship with Natalia still haunted him. He tried to move on, but there was always something about Natalia that lingered in his heart. Months had passed since their last encounter. Natalia was now living in Miami, exploring the vibrant city life, dating different men, and enjoying her newfound freedom. She was determined to leave her past behind and create a new future for herself. It was a sunny afternoon when Natalia decided to take a stroll along Miami Beach. The ocean breeze kissed her face as she walked barefoot on the soft sand. Lost in her thoughts, she almost didn't notice the familiar figure approaching her. Natalia, the voice was unmistakable. She turned, and there he was, Michael. He looked different, more relaxed, but the same warmth in his eyes was still there. Natalia's heart skipped a beat. "Michael, what are you doing here?" she asked, her surprise evident. "I had some business in Miami," he replied, trying to sound casual. "I never expected to see you here." Natalia nodded, unsure of what to say. The silence between them was filled with unspoken words and unresolved emotions. "Would you like to grab a coffee?" Michael suggested, breaking the tension. Natalia hesitated for a moment, but then agreed. They walked to a nearby cafe, where they found a quiet corner to sit and talk. As they sipped their coffee, they caught up on their lives. Michael talked about his life in Sequim, how he had been working on his farm, and his attempts to move on. Natalia shared her experiences in Miami, the new friends she had made, and the dates she had been on. "It's been a roller coaster," Natalia admitted, "but I'm finally starting to feel like myself again." "I'm glad to hear that," Michael said sincerely. "You deserve to be happy." There was a pause, and then Natalia asked the question that had been on her mind since they met on the beach. "Why did you really come to Miami, Michael?" Michael sighed, running a hand through his hair. "I needed a change of scenery, and I guess I hoped I might see you. There's something I need to say." Natalia's heart raced. She wasn't sure she was ready to hear what he had to say, but she nodded for him to continue. "I've had a lot of time to think," Michael began, "about us, about what went wrong, and I realized that I didn't appreciate you enough. I didn't fight for our relationship the way I should have." Natalia looked down at her coffee, her emotions swirling. "Michael, we both made mistakes. It wasn't just you." "I know," he said softly, "but I want you to know that I still care about you, and if there's any chance, if you could find it in your heart to forgive me, I would like to try again." Natalia's eyes filled with tears. She had loved Michael deeply, and despite everything, a part of her still did, but she was also scared of getting hurt again. "I don't know, Michael," she whispered. "It's complicated." Michael reached across the table and took her hand. "I understand. Just think about it. No pressure." Natalia nodded, unable to speak. They finished their coffee in silence, the weight of Michael's words hanging in the air. As they left the cafe, Michael gave her a hopeful smile. "Take care, Natalia. I hope to see you again." "You too, Michael," she replied, her voice trembling. As Natalia watched him walk away, she felt a mix of emotions: hope, fear, and confusion. She had come so far in rebuilding her life, and now Michael's unexpected reappearance had thrown her into turmoil. ***Chapter 2. A glimpse of the past ***. Natalia's mind was a whirlwind of thoughts as she returned to her apartment. The memories of her time with Michael flooded back, reminding her of the love they once shared and the pain they had endured. In the days that followed, Natalia tried to focus on her life in Miami. She continued to go on dates, explore the city, and participate in the filming of The Single Life. Yet, she couldn't shake off the feeling of uncertainty that Michael's visit had stirred within her. One evening, as she was sorting through some old photographs, she stumbled upon a picture of her and Michael from their early days together. They looked so happy, so in love. Natalia felt a pang of nostalgia and wondered if it was possible to recapture that happiness. She decided to confide in her friend and fellow cast member Sarah. Over dinner, Natalia shared her encounter with Michael and her mixed feelings about it. "Natalia, it's natural to feel conflicted," Sarah said gently. "You and Michael had a deep connection. It's not easy to just forget that." "But what if it happens again? What if we hurt each other again?" Natalia asked, her voice tinged with fear. Sarah reached out and squeezed her hand. "Love is always a risk. But if you still have feelings for him, maybe it's worth exploring. You don't have to make any decisions right away. Just take it one step at a time." Natalia nodded, feeling a bit more at ease. She knew Sarah was right. She didn't have to rush into anything. She could take her time to figure out what she truly wanted. That weekend, Natalia decided to visit a place that held special meaning for her and Michael, the Miami Botanical Garden. They had spent a memorable day there during one of their trips to Miami. It was a place of beauty and tranquility, a stark contrast to the turmoil in her heart. As she walked through the garden, the vibrant flowers and lush greenery seemed to soothe her soul. She found a bench near a pond and sat down, lost in thought. She closed her eyes and let the memories wash over her, the laughter, the arguments, the tender moments they had shared. "Natalia?" She opened her eyes and turned to see Michael standing a few feet away, looking as surprised as she felt. "Michael, what are you doing here?" she asked, her heart pounding. "I could ask you the same thing," he replied with a small smile. "I come here sometimes when I need to think." Natalia felt a sense of destiny at play. Maybe it was a sign that they were meant to have this conversation. She motioned for him to sit next to her. They sat in silence for a while, watching the koi fish swim in the pond. Finally, Michael spoke. "I've missed this," he said softly. "Being with you, talking with you." Natalia nodded. "I miss it too, but things were so complicated between us." "I know," Michael agreed. "But I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I believe we can learn from our past mistakes. We can do better." Natalia looked at him, searching his eyes for sincerity. "Do you really think we can?" "I do," Michael said earnestly. "If we're both willing to work at it. I know it won't be easy, but I'm willing to try if you are." Natalia's heart ached with the weight of her decision. She wanted to believe in the possibility of a second chance, but she was also afraid of getting hurt again. "I need time, Michael," she said finally. "I need time to figure out what I want." Michael nodded, understanding. "Take all the time you need. I'll be here, waiting." Natalia gave him a small smile. "Thank you, Michael." As they parted ways, Natalia felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, there was a chance for them to start anew. Chapter 3. Rediscovering each other. In the weeks that followed, Natalia and Michael began to rebuild their connection slowly. They started with casual phone calls, sharing stories about their day, and reminiscing about the good times they had shared. It felt like getting to know each other all over again, but this time with the wisdom and lessons from their past. Natalia appreciated Michael's patience and understanding. He didn't pressure her for answers or commitments, allowing her the space she needed to sort out her feelings. Meanwhile, she continued to explore her life in Miami, going on dates and filming for The Single Life. She was honest with the men she dated, letting them know that she was still figuring things out with her ex. One evening, Michael invited Natalia to a charity event he was attending in Miami. It was a formal gala, and Natalia decided to go, curious to see how it would feel to spend time with Michael in a social setting. When she arrived at the event, Natalia was struck by how handsome Michael looked in his tuxedo. He greeted her with a warm smile, and for a moment, it felt like old times. "You look stunning," Michael said, his eyes shining with admiration. "Thank you," Natalia replied, feeling a flutter of excitement. They mingled with the other guests, enjoying the music and the ambience. Michael introduced Natalia to his friends and colleagues, making her feel welcome and appreciated. As the evening progressed, they found themselves on the dance floor. Michael held her close as they swayed to the